Hallelujah.
Kara, 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 Laya, Kiyon, Lahashim Maroon Kokum, Kiyon, Kila Olam Kisedu, Barukataya, Sakat, Bayamet, Waim Us, Nefesh, Wawra, Hashabat Baruch Ki Yisrael, Bihayad, Yah, call to Yah, make your voice to be heard on high. Give thanks to Yah this day, for his mercy endureth. Bless Yahweh, worship him in truth, strength of body and spirit. May the Shabbat be blessed by the hand of Yahweh. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Give all thanks, all praise, all glory to the Holy One of Israel alone is Yah by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And Yah is righteous.
Yahweh is righteous.
All the time.
All the time.
We bless his holy name that he have allowed us to see another day in the land of the living. And for that, we give thanks, we give him praise, we give him honor, and we give him glory.
Hallelujah.
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 So who is king?
Yahweh.
Who is king?
Yahweh. Yahweh.
Who is king?
Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Make noise unto Yahweh, all ye lands. Serve Yahweh with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that Yahweh, he is Elohim. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves.
Hallelujah.
We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. For Yahweh is good. His mercy is everlasting. Maybe seated. Somebody still connected? Bluetooth?
Somebody just kicked out. That was you.
That was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll open up with our readings. Psalm 122. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yahweh. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is compact together, where the tribe unto the testimony of thee. Peace be within thy walls, and prosperity within thy palace. For my brother and companion's sake, I will now say peace be with thee. Because of the house of Yahweh Elohim, I will seek thy good. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let us turn now to Psalm 92. Psalm 92. Unto thy name, O Most High, my heart with the solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hand. O Yahweh, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither does a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. For my horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of a wild ox. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eye also see on my enemies, and my ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up. Righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the courts of our Elohim. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourish. to show that Yahweh is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
23. Psalms 23. For Yah, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. Feed me in the paths of righteousness. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort. Thou prepare the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anoint my head with oil, and my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Finally, let us turn to Exodus, the 20th chapter. Here we find the words of Yahweh Elohim, which he wrote with his own finger himself upon 2 tablets of stone at Mount Sinai, delivered them into the hand of his servant Moses, to teach them the children of Israel. It's with these words that Yahweh made a covenant with the children of Israel, making them his people forever, and he their Elohim for all time. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh the Elohim, which have brought thee out the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no Elohim before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, of anything that is in the heaven above. Bow thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh the Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy to the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh the Elohim in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh the Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor your daughter, your manservant, maidservant, cattle, nor the stranger that is within. For in 6 days Yahweh made all the enemies, and he rested the 7th day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and holiday. Honor thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh the Elohim giveth thee. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's maidservant, ox, ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning, the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. When the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. They said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Elohim is come to prove you, that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah, he is righteous all the time.
Both day and night.
Hallelujah. Once again, give all praise, glory, and honor to the Holy One of Israel. Name on the job by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Bless him and thank him for this beautiful and glorious day that he's set aside and allowed us to partake in this time frame. At this present time, we open up the floor as we normally do for testimonies, praises be given unto the Creator. Yes, ma'am.
Give him our honor and glory. I said, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I just want to praise Yahweh, showing me mercy, Yeah, I was in a car accident, and the way I was hit, there was a child coming into my lot, but there was a child, probably about the size of my niece, was walking toward my lot. There was a car trying to go around me, but instead he hit me. But if my car hadn't been there, then he would have hit that child. So I want to praise God for showing me mercy and, just protecting that child. The job with house are very deep. And I definitely had no idea accident, anything like that, but I was definitely praising God with that. He was very merciful to that child. And I want to thank God for, Bill. It's important that we do not oppress our brothers, or our own sisters, because we are rid of a great deal of oppression, from other people and the enemy. That's a whole bunch of things. When the fella had hit me, he didn't have anything. And, so I really did feel, I felt bad. But at the same time, we have to take some type of responsibility for what they had done. So, people out of me and the fell out, and I just didn't deal with that because that brother already was in there. Just with that small accident, he got so many tickets, he got to pay so much money, he got to get money. He just in a whole bunch of distress. Although it was his fault, I didn't want to add to the pressure by doing a whole bunch of other stuff that really necessary. So I want to praise God for that thought, that I had on not oppressing my brother. And I also want to praise Him for being with me and for changing my temper, my attitude, and things of that nature. Because the fella was a young guy, would end up calling the mother of his children to come up to the scene. And she was very nasty with me, belligerent, outrageous. But I pray God that I'm where I'm at because I can see that, they don't know me better. They doing these things that they used to doing it. They don't know any better. So I didn't treat them like that. I was just very, understanding and calm and I knew the situation really wasn't in my hands anyway. That the most I really had worked everything out. And so I just want to pray for him, give him the honor and glory that I was okay, my child is okay, that the little baby that was already passed and I get injured whatsoever. I'm going to praise God for keeping his eyes on me and showing great mercy.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. But that's the beauty of the creative law and the creative ways. Haven't been one that wrote multiple times without insurance. Got busted several times riding around without insurance. As I said, I told it once before, it was the words and the wisdom of an elder. I don't even know where she at. But she came to morning class. I think I told y'all this the other week. And she was quiet as she didn't really say much, but she spoke when she needed to speak. But that day, that morning class, she spoke. And that morning class, she turned all the way around the seat. Because I was just coming off of my ordeal with that. She turned all the way around the seat. And she said, I don't know. Now, why she picked this, I do know. But why she picked, I won't know. And she said, and you need to have some insurance when you're riding around out here. And everybody sitting there like, what the, why you think that? And I'm sitting there like, because that's what I was, the other week. And I was sitting there like, now wait a minute. I don't know this woman. She ain't no kin. She don't know nobody I know. I said, this lady talking about me. That's what I was sitting there saying that she talking about me. And it wasn't the fact, and this is what I said, as I said, it wasn't the fact she was talking about me, as she was talking to me from the will of the Creator. Because he was trying to get me to see the error of my ways. And people say, well, I want to hear him talk to me. Well, it ain't like he gonna come down like he told Mo. I'm not coming down. So it's not like he gonna come down and step in front of the living room in front of your TV and start, look at here. I told you to sign up with State Farm and keep that bill. Ain't like he gonna do that. He gonna talk through and do things through the vessel. That's why he creates vessels. But from that Sabbath, and that's how I took it. And from that Sabbath, I said, you got it then. You talking. You got it. And I haven't had that problem no more. Because see, a lot of things people look at, and I had to say to them, and this thought came to my head today as we drove in. A lot of people look at things, and when they look at it, they look at it and they say, this the white man. This the white man. This ain't the white man, this the right man. This the right man. This ain't the white man, this the right man. You see? And it's admirable what you did because there's time to show mercy. But these are also the little things, and these not little things, these are things our people need to learn. That's why the Almighty book, it always speaks about restitution. And you come tearing up somebody's stuff, and it's an accident. That's why it's called an accident. You come tearing up somebody's stuff, accident though it be, you need to make restitution. And then you definitely don't come when you in the wrong. You definitely don't come jumping out, hooping and hollering at them like they got a problem, and they done did something to you. Because she could have cut the mercy off, coming there acting like where you was ready to let her go, ready to let it pass. She won't come there act the fool. You could look, well, hey, all that's gone now. All that's gone now. I'm getting ready to make this call. We get ready to get so and so over here. So you want to come, and then, or if it would have escalated into something where they would have had to come, somebody else could have called. See, the way you do things, somebody else might have called. Who getting ready to fight? Because based on what now they pull up. Now they there. Now they say, well, what brought this on in the first place? Now because they're gonna investigate. Oh, well, he turned. He hit did he hit you? Yeah, he hit. Now, see, she could have brought even her own demise and the demise of the person acting a fool and a nut. Off of something that was their fault. Gonna come and get fly with you. Well, that one, I'll be sitting there looking at, like I said about the old man the other week, I'll be sitting there looking at people. You gonna stand here and get fly with me, and you in the wrong. You ain't got no leg to be standing on to be trying to get fly with nobody. Now, I know that's an old term, y'all don't want to pass. Acting a fool with somebody. But that's, believe it or not, when we want to act a fool the most, when we dead wrong. When we dead wrong, that's when we want to act a fool. So it's good, but one thing they have to get the lesson. Like I said, we doing what we don't know. Now we know better. We know better. We just ain't doing better. We know better, but we just not doing better. Creator said we know that. That's why see, you can't really too much say we don't know better. In some cases we don't. But in a lot of cases, we know the things that we're doing. And that's why David prayed in Psalms 19. Let's go there. It wasn't that I didn't, when I was, like I said, when I was riding around and I didn't have it, it wasn't that I didn't know no better. I tried to evade the cops every opportunity I got. They get back of me, I immediately break it all the way down to the speed limit. That's what got me busted one time. And he got wind there, I broke it down and started creeping, and he stayed right there. He said, "Yeah, I got me. I'm just creeping right there." He said, "Yeah, you going too slow." And he, whoop, bop, woo. I said, "Man, ain't this about nothing?" So we know better. We don't do better. But David said in Psalms 19,
Yes, sir.
what he say? In verse 13.
13.
Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sin. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Yahweh, my strength and my redeemer.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah.
We got to let him be our strength is to convey his words and his law. And his way. That's what our strength is. And he said, let him be my what? Let him be my strength.
And my redeemer.
And let him be my redeemer. And to be redeemed, that means we have to turn over a new leaf so he can redeem us. And let him do that, then I'll be all right. After so many tickets and so many appearances before the magistrate, I said I was done with this. I'm done with this. And coming down here and being at the mercy of, and he giving me mercy. And he giving me mercy. I said, no, and then the elder come on the heels of it and say what she said, and looking right at back, even if she wasn't looking at me, I thought she was looking at me. This is a done deal. Done deal. So, you got to turn over a new leaf. Got to turn over a new leaf. Now, and as we say, it be my rock, my spirit, Martin. And now I ride around, hey, tell me all you want to. You break your light or you come to it, you just, hey, I ain't got to ride around and feel, ooh, you got behind. Nah. Huh? I know for some they don't see it, but just like when I was on that tree, riding around scared to death. They need to be scared. Then now I ain't on that tree, I ain't got to be scared. Hey, I ain't going to break out no cold sweat. We good. We good. That's why the Creator said he desires us to do that which is lawful and right.
Hallelujah.
Like I said, it ain't the white man, it's the right man.
Hallelujah.
I'm listening to my brother, and he went somewhere. Let's go there. And I know I'm butting into y'all testimony, but bear with me for a minute. Go to Ezekiel 18. I want to borrow off of where he went to real quick. Because something stood out.
Ezekiel chapter 18.
Yes. Read verses 1 down to verse 9.
Hallelujah. Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 1.
Something just jumped out at me. It may magnify his word even all the more in my life. Go ahead, brother.
The word of Yahweh came unto me again,
Mm-hmm.
saying, what mean you that you use this proverb concerning the land of Israel, saying, the fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are on edge.
Anybody understand that? What kind of euphemism is that? If anybody understands, break that down. He asked us, what mean you to say this father eats sour grapes and the children's teeth are set on edge? Mm-hmm. His analogy here was what?
Prosperity.
That you could absolutely Shabbat Shalom. You're correct, but the paint the picture that the Almighty he was painting. Who haven't eaten a sour grape in here? By hand. Raise your hand if you've eaten a sour grape. If you have ever eaten a sour grape, raise your hand. Y'all got your hand like y'all dinosaur dresses or something. Hey, you ready? All right, kill you. Now, when you eat it, what is? I'm asking that so we can break this down, so you understand why he put it in this kind of word. When you eating it, what is your immediate reaction? Huh? You hit the tape, but you that bit down on it, you what? And your teeth are set on edge.
Yes.
So what he was saying is, and using this, he's saying, you can't use this proverb that because the father ate the grape, the children, they will cringe.
Right.
Because it's the person that bit on the grape that it affects. You understand now?
Yes, sir.
The person that did what they did, that's what this affects. Don't use the proverb, and that's what he was using. Don't use that proverb that the person did it, but it affects somebody else. Or they'll feel whatever came off of that. He said, no. He said, don't use that. He said, as I go to verse 3.
As I live, saith Yahweh Elohim, ye shall not have occasion anymore to use this proverb in Israel.
I don't want to hear this proverb used in Israel anymore. Because this proverb would later turn into a doctrine. Did y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
He didn't want them to
Yes, sir.
use that proverb anymore because that proverb, which is just a saying, that proverb that saying would later turn into a full-fledged doctrine that they would build a religion or a way of life off of.
Yes, sir.
And he was telling his people, this is not my thinking.
All right. Hallelujah.
So I don't even want you to use this saying anymore. Because this is my thinking. Behold, all souls belong to me. As a soul of the Father, so also is the soul, so also the soul of the Son is mine. This was an evil, believe it or not, this was an evil proverb that still permeates today in our community. Because although things are genetic, although things are in the blood, it's a bad thing for a person to say, because the father went to jail, you going to jail.
Right.
Because once you plant that in his head, then surely he will try to go the same path of his father if that's what you give him.
All right.
That he will, because what you're saying is, for the fault of that father, he's going to somehow also pay for the fault of that father. That's what the Almighty was wiping all this clean. Don't talk like that. Don't be like that. This is detrimental. Predicting evil. Making them the fall guy. Penalizing them where there is no need for them to be penalized. Then the Christ said, the soul of the Father, read that again. Behold, the soul is mine.
As the soul of the Father,
Yes.
so also the soul of the Son is mine.
Because I gave that to both of them.
Hallelujah. The soul that sinneth,
I'm only dealing with the soul that sins.
it shall die.
And I'm going to deal with it as it is. Not as somebody else. But as it goes, I'm going to deal with it. Go ahead.
But if a man be just,
Now look at what he starts saying. If a man be just. I want us to really slow down and look at this where he starts speaking here in verse 5. But if a man be just.
and do that which is lawful
And do that which is not only lawful,
and right.
but he do the right thing.
Yes, sir.
Because
Hallelujah.
even amongst in Israel, no far greater people probably than me that quote law, that know law. And I say no it. But doing the right thing. The right thing.
Yes, sir.
Do we always do the right thing? In the right time? In the right place? Are we about righteousness?
All right. Hallelujah.
Come on. That's what I said. It's probably about important. And some of the other things that's easy. But what about righteousness in its totality? Because look at what the Almighty gonna start defining as righteousness. Go ahead.
And have not eaten upon the mountain.
They ain't went on the mountains to eat. I ain't talking about you can't go. This ain't talking about you can't go to Smoky Mountain down in Tennessee and get you a cabin. He ain't talking about that. He talking about had not went on the mountain because at the time that this was written, mountains represent high places. Mountains represent places where people went up to worship. So that's why he said they have not went to the mountains to worship. Go ahead.
Neither have lifted up his eyes to the idols of the house of Israel.
And my brother spoke well on that earlier. Neither have they lifted up their eyes to the idols of the house of Israel. Go ahead.
Neither have defiled his neighbor's,
That's with his neighbor's woman.
neither have come near.
Boy, she bad. Oh, she bad. Yo, take a trip every 2 weeks. He can take a business trip. Well, I can't wait till we got about 3 more days. Nah, you rascal. She lonely anyway. Nah, you rascal. Go ahead.
Neither have come near to a mistress woman.
I have come near to a mistress woman, even his wife. So the thing Paul wrote about the marriage bed is undefiled. It is defiled if you come in at this time. It's very defiled. Young might say it's not just and right if you do that. Come on. But now watch this now. Don't let 7 go past. Don't let 7 go past. Because he's saying if we do what? What's what?
And have not
He given us the ability to be just and right?
Yes, sir.
Lawful, right?
Lawful, yes, sir.
All right. So don't let 7 go past us, because watch what's in 7. Go ahead.
And have not oppressed any,
Haven't oppressed nobody,
but have restored to the debtor his pledge.
but have restored to the debtor his pledge. Stop. What's a debtor?
Somebody you owe.
Somebody you what?
Oh,
Come on now, speak to me.
somebody you owe something too.
Somebody you what?
You owe something.
And the person that owe it, he the debtee, right?
That's right.
And the person that collects it, they're the what?
Collector.
They're the debtor. Huh? Huh? I don't want y'all whispering, because like I said, this goes for me. And we in this boat together. This hit me today. And like I said, it ain't the white man. I'm going to say that again. It's the right man.
Hallelujah.
So hear what I'm saying. Young, my son, listen, hear what I'm saying. Stop looking Israel. And some of them probably gonna be fired up when I say this. Stop looking at paying your bills as an obligation to the white man. Paying your bills is about being the right man.
Hallelujah.
Because if I came and got something from you and told you I was gonna pay you for it, then I'm the debtee. You gave it to me. You're the debtor, and that's my pledge when I sign on the line to pay you back. Then that's what I, as a rightful man, lawful man, just man, that's what I need to do. Y'all want me to leave now? Let me get to the closing. Maybe y'all let's come on, brothers in the fire. Let's get to the closing. Because that probably just ruffled some feathers. Huh? Going back to what we said with the earlier. It come bring us back to that. There is not, see, we be talking about stuff, our mind. We be talking, oh, the white man. No. Even if we go and pledge ourselves, see, that's why the Almighty have us here under this man, because when we don't keep the obligation, he gonna make sure we do. That's right. I got a nice button here. I ain't got to even come in body. Click it. You walk in the house, you don't get to go watch this ball game. My TV ain't working. Man, make sure that thing plugged in. It's plugged in.
Ain't nothing on.
I don't hear the refrigerator humming. No, you don't. Everything out. Uh-oh. But it's to make us be people that's lawful and right. And the Almighty said, well, with most of y'all, I got to put a thing that it always have his foot on your neck. Especially in this generation come. Because the older generation that's leaving out, they knew that part of life. See, I've had my hiccup in it. And you can't put that on my mother. But my mother knew that, and she's still a person about handling, as they say, handling their business. And what I tell everybody, if I'm a hiccup, no, you don't put that on them. And what I say, you know, that's our impediment sometimes with people and getting them to turn to the Creator. So we great at giving them the book, but sometimes they see some of the ways in which our dealings are. And they say, well, that ain't right. Told me about the pork. All right. Told me. But our dealing, that ain't right. And us as a whole, our way is not just, not right. But here, he said what? Read it again. Have not oppressed what?
Have not oppressed any,
Yes.
but have restored to the debtor his pledge.
Because, as I said, when you do that, when I pay, it shows. When I handle this, when I handle the same way I handle them, that should permeate in my spirit, and that's the same way I would handle and respect an Elder Brenda if she lent me something, or Elder Sister Moon, or Elder John, or Elder. It should be a part of my fabric with everybody. That if I come and get something from you, I restore it to you. That's why I said it ain't the white man. It's about being the right man.
Hallelujah.
And that's when you can ride on the high places of the earth.
Right.
Because you can go places, you can deal with people like Father Abraham, knowing that this is an upstanding man, no doors is closed to you.
Hallelujah.
No doors are closed to you. I can go get a loan from Citibank, just like I can go get a loan from my brother.
All right.
Because the same way I'll pay them back, he know he gonna get his back. If you understand this, and if you're trying to be lawful, just, and right. Let's move on, brother. The long faces. They're like the shadow of the day, boy. It's getting long. Keep going.
I spoiled none by violence.
Ain't spoiled none by violence. And violence don't always mean cracking somebody upside the head.
All right. I've given his bread to the hungry.
Got a kind heart to give. Not only know how to receive, but know how to give. Know how to show his mercy.
Hallelujah. I've covered the naked with a garment.
Have covered the naked with the garment. This is a chapter that's companion to the chapter in Isaiah. We're about to fast. We'll get there. Keep going.
He that have not given forth upon usury.
Hey, here go 100. I can let you have it. You owe me about it. When you pay me back, you owe me about 120. What? Huh? Where the other 20 come from? You go and you give him back the 100, say, yeah, where my 20 at? What? Where'd that come from? That was the price for this 100. Nah. Huh? But like I said, in this system, that's how they make their money. They don't make their money off loans. They make their money off the interest. And again, that's why that's there though. Don't be a debtor. Don't cry about the payday loan because you know they're going to hit you. Huh?
That's right.
They got it there. Huh? But you want to go out and they send me a thing. Like I said, I got a loan I'm paying and I'm finished paying it back. Then they send me a little thing, come back to school money. I said, look, what they don't get that they won't have in school for 8 months. They'll get it by the time them 8 months out. I got about one crayon at a time. They'll have it all by the time school out. It might be school might be getting out, but they'll have the last color by the time school is out. Because man, they hit you. Like I said, it's not the loan, bro. It is the interest that puts you behind the 8 ball. It's the usury that puts you behind the 8 ball. 25%, 30%. That credit card, that's what they slap you. You go try, yank it. Woo, yeah, but whenever it's back, that balloon. But the Almighty, for his people, he said, he that's being just and right, he said what?
He that have not given upon usury, neither hath taken any increase, that have withdrawn his hand from iniquity.
If your brother's trying to get a little something to hold him over, don't be putting that on him. Don't be oppressing him like that. Neither have taken the increase, that have withdrawn his hand from what?
Iniquity.
And have executed
True judgment.
And have executed
true judgment.
And have executed
true judgment.
And have executed true love. Love.
Judgment is love.
Have executed true judgment.
Between man and man.
Between man and man. But judgment definitely have its place.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
But it ain't with Israel. Let's forget that happened.
All right.
Let's move beyond that.
All right.
Okay, we can move beyond that when somebody gets judged that somebody was right and somebody was wrong.
That's right.
Because most of the time, the person, like, again, going back, most of the time, the person that want to move beyond it real good, when they came back around, is the one that's wrong. So I understand why they want to move beyond it. And we don't talk about that no more. And I know why you don't want to talk about that no more.
Right.
Because you don't want to, one, admit you're wrong. Two, you don't want to face the music that come with being wrong. Huh? Huh?
That's right.
Come on now.
That's right.
We all been wrong something, and that's true. But we ain't talking about all of us right now.
All right.
You don't go down that judge and talk about we all wrong in here. She gonna say, yeah, we are, but we got you on trial. This case said, docket says, case number 0069, state versus Israel. You, buddy. You know. Yeah. She said, let me get more specific. You that's standing right in front of me, right here, right now. This judgment for you. Huh?
Right.
I say all the time in front of the magistrate, I ain't never go down there. Look, let me tell you, y'all ain't supposed to be such and such and going out doing all that crazy stuff. Mr. Israel, did you have life? No, they wasn't no good at the time. No, they wasn't no good, y'all, at the time. Mr. Israel, did you like anything? Well, y'all not, hey, I'm just trying to go work, trying to come back, you know, trying to make it. I ain't got no defense. Here's what we're gonna do. We got a program. We're gonna let you go on the program again. You get 21 days, get everything straightened out, come back to me, and have everything straight. You can call me whether you want to call me. I walked there. I went home. I saw somebody go down there and get fly, and they were like, "Belly, quickly, yeah, but I'll be back." Yeah, you ain't gonna be back today, though. And you wrong in the first place. Huh? Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do. When you in the wrong. When you in the wrong. That is no time
No.
to be catching no attitudes, to be getting, There's no time, none of that.
Life and death.
And then finish over what he says, verse 9.
He walked in my statutes.
But he is just and right when he walked in my what?
Statute.
Kept my what?
Judgment.
To do what?
Heal truly.
To be deal truly.
He is just.
He, that kind of person, that type of person, he or she, they are just.
He shall surely live.
And he will live. He ain't talking about living where he won't go to walk a funeral home. He's talking about he will live, his quality of living. Because when people read it, oh, I'm going to live. No, because all men going to die. You must understand what he's talking about when he said he shall live. He's talking about his quality of life. Because we all have the expiration date. He's talking about he shall live. He shall live a good life. Because he don't have a lot of things holding him back. He don't have stress about worrying about this and that. He don't have things weighing heavy on him about this and that. He don't have things and commotion in his life unnecessarily. Because he's living a just, a righteous, a good, lawful life. So he can have peace. He can have peace. When he's done that which is lawful and right. See, when you ain't done that which is lawful, you can't get, there ain't much peace. I've been there. Just recently been there. Ain't a lot of peace. You go to dark places where peace is absent. All kind of thoughts running through your head. Or have you seen a light? Well, here it is. And if you don't want to pay for much, be content with what you have.
All right.
Get my act back together. They send me credit card offers just to, for example, they send me credit card all over. But what kind of fool I look like getting 10 cards just so I can flash them from, look, I got another card. I got like people do. I got to pay, and I got, and they want you, and then they complaining because they got all these cards, got to pay something on a fee or annual percentage or when they charge. They got all these, then they want to, got two. They serve a purpose. Huh? And when I do what's right, they keep bumping up. Them two keep going up in the limit. So I don't need a bunch of them. So I learned my lesson. You take your 10. I use these 2. But I ain't gonna be complaining like you. I got me a. Yeah, how much that bad boy cost? Oh man, hey, I can do it, but it knocked me back about $50,000. Yeah, I found that same model car, about 4 years older. I got $4,000 off car gurus. What? Yeah, I own it, clear free. What? You keep making your $800 a month payment or whatever when you make it, where you had to carry that kind of insurance to cover, and I'm gonna ride in it, and we got the same thing. It's a way. The Almighty is good. It's a way. And then understand you got a season. Like I told y'all, I got a custom. Day I found that little wine decal, and I slapped that bad boy on the back of that. Custom. It's customized.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? The little things, the little tire covers, 2 of them popped off. So I got 2 on there and 2 of them popped off. It's custom. Y'all ain't seen nobody ride like this. This is a new style. 2 on, 2 off. That's custom, baby. You'll know it's me when I come down the street. Hey, that's brother Aaron, because he got 2 on, 2 off. Hey, it's custom. It's how you take your heart and put it in things with the Creator. But always try to start being about lawful and right and just. And when we keep them 3 components on our mind, the and then the laws, because it's all together. Ain't nothing segmented. Brother called me because he's listening and he's been asking me about my sister's question, which I done have for about 2 months now. He said, when you gonna teach on law, statute, judgment that the sister had? I said, we have them, brother. I said, because it's all tied in. I said, because a commandment is law.
Hallelujah.
It's just a commandment. I command you to do such and such. I command you to stand up. Now, if I command you to stand up, stand up. And see, he just broke the command. He's sitting there looking at me like, stand up, my son. That's a commandment. Now, that it slips into the area of law. An ordinance. An ordinance is a certain way. That's why he said it in Jeremiah. You can break these ordinances. But these ordinances, it's a certain way that the sun, the moon, the stars, that they operate. That's what he said. If you can break that way, well, that's a precept, something written, but it fits into his law. A statute, it fits into his law. That's why the book of Moses called Torah, law, instruction. And within there have commandments, ordinances, precepts, judgments. Judgments, if you forsake these commandments, statutes, this is what should happen to you. But it's all under law. That's why it's called Torah. That's where it's called Torah, because it's all under law or instruction. But some commandments, the difference in them is some that you read in Torah, they given to specific, like to Levites. It's not given to everybody. I gave this to them. This up there cutting and filleting it and burning it. That's given to a certain specific. The commandment of one such commandment. Let's go to Deuteronomy 23. See, this is a commandment. I'll answer it for the brother today. This is a commandment. Within the confines of the book of the law is this commandment. Because this commandment is given for a certain time, at a certain place, in a certain situation, for certain people. And it's a commandment nevertheless. 23?
Yes, sir.
9.
Hallelujah. When the host goes forth against thy enemy.
When the army go forth against thine enemy. So what do we have here? This commandment is given to whom? Right off the top, we find this commandment is given to whom? To the army. Didn't say to the whole nation of Israel.
Right.
But this says to the army when they go forth to battle. Do what?
then keep thee from every wicked thing.
Keep yourself from every wicked thing. And what's one of the things he definitely wants to keep ourselves away from as well?
If,
Go
if
ahead.
there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness, that chasten him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp.
He should
He
go.
shall not come within the camp.
If he unclean and you at war, put him out the camp. See, this is a commandment. Get him out there. Don't let him lie in there. He's unclean. He's just laying around. He's unclean. Get him out. Go.
But it shall be
And it should be, though.
when evening come on,
Yeah, he got to spend a little time by himself. But when the evening cometh on,
he shall wash himself with water,
he washes himself with water.
and when the sun is down,
And when the sun is down,
he shall come into the camp again.
he can make his way back into the camp again when the sun is down. And 12. This is another commandment.
Thou shalt have a place also without the camp.
When you go and you're in the army, you build you a trench. You build this trench way away from the main camp. Huh? And not only is this, and this commandment, now this commandment is for, but this commandment is Yah's wisdom.
Hallelujah.
Like I said, I watched that little show on TV that where they stick the two people out and they don't have nothing. And the one dude, one time they stuck him out there and he, right by the place that they made their habitation, their coverage, he, right in proximity to it, that's where he made and relieved himself. And the young lady, she jumped up, she said, why would you do that so close to where we had to stay? She said, let alone look at all the insects you brought here. She said, I woke up walking around, not knowing, and it was just bad. Not only that, the beasts of the night got a whiff of it. Now you bring them closer to camp. Huh? So the beauty and the wisdom of the Almighty, but look at why the Almighty told us though not to do it. Go ahead.
Thou shalt have a place also without the camp,
Away from the camp.
whither thou shalt go forth abroad,
That you have to leave. You have to go forth. You have to journey, go forth abroad.
and thou shalt have a paddle
A spade,
upon thy weapon.
and carry your weapon now, because it might be a night.
And it shall be when thou wilt ease thyself abroad.
When you do what?
Ease yourself.
And that's a nice way. Ease yourself. When you ain't at ease, boy, you know it. You be sweating and feeling miserable. Ease yourself. Yeah. Ease yourself. But ease yourself abroad, out the camp, because what?
Thou shalt dig therewith and turn back and cover it.
And to cover it up. That's right. Even the dog got sense enough to do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
For Yahweh thy Elohim
Uh-oh.
walketh in the midst of thy camp.
Wait, stop. What is his reason? What is his reason?
Because Yahweh walking in the camp.
No, he's a spirit. Only.
He walking in the midst of the camp.
No.
It say he walking in the midst
That don't mean
of
that.
the camp. Show me where it means something different in the world. It say he float in the midst of the camp. It say he walked.
Did it say he walked in the midst of the camp?
It didn't say he hung.
And then is it be taken literally that he walked in the midst of the camp? Because that's why he's telling you to go abroad. Because he literally puts his foot down
Yeah.
and he don't want to take his foot Who? Andre Tell done did this. Like you don't want to take your foot and walk out and somebody let their dog loose or something and it's in your yard, even if you got on shoes. He meant exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He gave the commandment because he physically manifests himself in our camps,
Hallelujah.
even when we're not aware that he's there. When you was asleep,
Hallelujah.
when you was resting for the next day battle, body was walking through the midst of the camp to bless the camp, and not only that, to confound your enemies before you even woke up, so the victory would be yours.
Hallelujah.
And that's why he gave that command.
Therefore, shall thy camp be holy,
And therefore, should your camp be holy.
that he see no unclean thing in thee, and turn away
That
from
there,
thee.
what? That there be what
No unclean thing.
in you that he would what?
Turn away
That
from
he
thee.
would say, no, I can't go there. See, and that's even in us. That's even in us.
Yes, sir.
I mean, took them road trips down south or wherever.
Yeah.
You hit that bathroom
Woo, that outhouse.
and you take a look at it.
You smelling it before you got to it.
You get in the car, you ride down, and your wife said, why are you hitting this exit? I thought you took a rest stop.
Ooh.
Not in there.
Yeah.
That bad boy was horrible. Huh?
All right.
And that's in you. That's just of the Almighty. Huh?
Right.
I know the older people, the older generation, I speak to them again. Look, they won't even eat a person's house. So the first place they go, when they get there, they go to the person's bathroom. I used to hear my mom and them talk about, they go to the bath. That's the first place they go to the bath. And if the bathroom is nasty, they can't give me nothing to eat. You want something to eat? They'll be like, nah, I'm all right.
We already had something we can.
We all right. Then when they get in the car, they be like, that bathroom, it was the nastiest thing. And you think I was going to eat there? You be like, what the thing is this? They wouldn't do it. But this was to show you a case of a commandment that's in the book of the law. That had its time and its place and its situation. It was situation. I'll show you another one. Go to Exodus.
Exodus
16.
chapter 16.
These commandments in the book of the law because they become our wisdom.
Hallelujah.
Even though they're a commandment for that time.
Let's start. 21.
Start at verse 16.
16.
16 and 16 of Exodus.
Hallelujah. Exodus chapter 16, verse 16. This is the thing which Yahweh had commanded.
Because I want to get right to the point. This is that which Yahweh have commanded. That you do this a certain way. This is what he have commanded. That it be done like this a certain way. This is his commandment. That we're going to put down in the book of the law. Go ahead. And what's the command?
Gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man according to the number of your person. take ye every man for them which are in his tent. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered, some more, some less. And when they did, met it with an omer. He have gathered much, had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. And Moses said, let no man leave of it till the morning.
This is still all the commandments.
Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank, and Moses was wroth with them.
Verse, drop down to 32.
And Moses said, this is the thing which Yahweh commanded. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generation, that they may see the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. And Moses said unto Aaron, take their pots, and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before Yahweh.
And that's still part of the commandment. When he
To
told
be
Aaron to put
kept.
that in the pot and put it in it, that's still a commandment. That's still a commandment. Aaron could say, no, I don't think I need to put it in the pot. Nah, put that in the pot and put it up. That's this is the commandment of Yah.
Is to be kept for your generation, as Yahweh commanded Moses.
As he commanded Moses,
So Aaron laid it up.
so Aaron laid it up. See, it wasn't his call to be like, no, we don't need to do that. No. He said, put this up.
So Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept.
To be kept.
And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years, until they came to the land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So the commandments, statutes, ordinances, precepts, judgments, they all make up the book of the law or the Torah.
Hallelujah.
Comments or questions? Yes.
I just wanted to, that, I hope that the Most High bless Israel with the word that you gave, and just in adding, when I went to the Navy, I'm a kid. My father said, you get out there, you gonna enjoy the money. He said, you're out there with them sailors. Whatever bill you have to pay, if you never borrow money, that's where they get it in the bank signature money. You pay that person back that you owe before you even pay that bill, because they may need that money. But that's a big deal. If you ever have to borrow money, you got to pay the person back first. You may owe Sears, you may owe a bank card, but that person, they went off your name. That's where they get out their signature on, just off your name. They'll give you $25, like you got that person back.
Don't borrow.
Because that, most I say, oh, no, they enough.
Well, don't
But
borrow.
it's big. When you borrow, and I don't know last time I did, but I know I've loaned money. But basically, my mother would say, if you loan it, expect to loan it as a gift. But that's, you know what I'm saying. But that's not really.
Yeah, but that
the way
and that's what we're saying. That's
I
not how it should be.
Right.
And that's part of us returning back to what's right
Exactly.
and lawful and just. It shouldn't be. If I come and ask you for $20 and I'm gonna pay you back, and that's what I tell you, like I said, restore the debtor his pledge. I pledge that to you. If I pledged it to you, and that's what we agreed on, then that's what I am to live up to. Now, if we haven't agreed on nothing, hey man, let me get 20. Oh, you ain't got to worry about it. Well, then you can't come 2 weeks later, man, you got my 20. I said, wait a minute, you said don't worry about it. That was a gift. But if I hit you with, man, let me get this 20, and you know I'm good for it, and I'm gonna get it back to you, and I'm gonna this and I'm gonna that, and I make this pledge to you, I am obligating myself to restore back to you what you gave back to me.
And it's in the words.
And that's in the scripture.
You know, you tell them everything.
And that's in the scripture.
So they pay the person. Definitely the person. You're prominent in it. All the money.
But, yeah, and then when I say Israel, I'm talking about his people, period. 'Cause it's
Well, true.
all
True.
that's us.
But we know better what I've been.
Yeah, yeah.
We're supposed to know.
Yeah, we supposed to know. Any other, and I did all that in the midst of taking the testimony and everything, and I can blew that out the water. Any other testimonies or praises to the Almighty? And no, not after you done took us off. Sorry, got nothing for you. It's just Sister Vida. Yes, ma'am.
Happy New Moon. Happy birthday.
There we go.
Oh, happy birthday. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I got a question. But I was just as I was here listening to our lesson and read the scriptures, I look for things in the scriptures because it's our way of life, the things that's happening, the things that's going on. And I was just looking at reading Numbers 9, and just the way that the cloud, that the way the camp moved, the cloud moved, and the way they had to stay inside. So I was just saying this. I think I was listening to it. They were going to implement curfew, things like that. I was just looking like, well, here's our first curfew right here. What I mean? The way that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I just be looking at scriptures and seeing, when things first took place and, that we try to implement, they try to implement on us now, and how this was a curfew. We can look at it as a curfew that, Yahweh had for us, the things going on. And then another thing, just little things I'm looking at. The way that the scripture we was just talking about, Exodus 30, I'm going to say 3. When he told Aaron to take that manna and take it and put it in a pot and keep it, and lay it up for the generation. And I was just looking at this and thinking about the way that they had started making this thing they call friendship break. They put it all together. You gotta leave it sit and do this, do that for a certain amount of days. So it was just something small.
Yes, ma'am.
Looking at the way that Yahweh has already did things, become the way we doing things now. It's the same way, that it's been done before, in these generations. So I just praise God, for just discernment, and just looking at things now and then. Praise God.
Hallelujah. Yes, ma'am.
Also, when I was reading in Numbers about the men that was not able to keep the Passover, and because they were unclean. And it was that just for the case of a dead body, them being unclean, and they could do the Passover in the second month. And if so, and if it was just because of a dead body, I was thinking about when Passover time comes around for us, which we don't celebrate in this land. But when we try to come to Passover and we're unclean, can we, sometimes we can't come to the sanctuary, but we just come to memorialize it. We don't do this now, like second month, we're going to clean or try to, memorialize it?
No.
You know,
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I think about what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
And keep right there where I am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And that was the, and this is a primary, this is another prime chapter, because you read verses 1 through 14, and he's telling you this is the ordinance of the Passover. I mean, this is the way he wanted conducted. This is what he wants done. And so he deals with it being an ordinance. And like I said, it becomes, that's in the book of the law. And then from 15 down to 23, it talk about how we took our journeys, as you said, with the camp. And he said, and we only journey at his commandment, much like the army. When he said move, that's when we got up and we started marching. When he said stay still, pitch camp, we pitched the camp. And I'll read verse 22. Read that real quick, my brother. At his commandment. Moved at his commandment. Verse 20, Numbers 9, verse 22.
Numbers chapter 9, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. Or whether it be,
We moved at his
whether it were 2 days,
whether it was 2 days,
or a month,
whether it was a month,
or a year,
whether it was a whole year,
that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle, remaining thereon, the children of Israel abode.
move.
But when it was taken up, they journeyed.
That's when we journeyed. For at the commandment of Yah, at his commandment, at the time he spoke, pack up, time to move.
You know what's big about that? I know you hear the churches and even some leaders talk about when the Israelites wandered around
Yeah,
like vagabonds.
like they didn't know what they were doing.
And that's an important point you brought
Yeah.
up because we don't want
We wasn't wandering there aimlessly.
We moved and
Yes.
we stopped.
Yes, we
And
wasn't just
that's-
out walking around. Oh, man. Nah, this was structured. Going back left, this was structured and organized
Absolutely.
at his commandment. We rested. However long he wanted us to rest, at his commandment we got up and we took our journey. Nothing haphazard.
We don't know.
Yeah, nothing haphazard about it.
Because it leads you think, oh, over there. Yeah, you're in church as well.
At the commandment of Yah, they journeyed. They kept the charge of Yah at the commandment of Yah by the hand of Moses.
Hallelujah.
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 Any other comment from anyone? What's happening, young man?
And everything is good for Yahweh and stuff, and Yahweh will be it. I'm so happy I have your presence. Holy for everything. Thank you.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Anyone else? Shalom.
Happy
Hallelujah.
I'm just going to give thanks to God just for everything. Right now, we in a good season in my house. Everything's in peace. My husband and I have been getting along much better, and just being that we on good terms. If something come about that could possibly cause a little distress, we both have been able to
said, and just watch how we use our words with each other, and instead of, like you spoke of earlier, talking at the person, we talking to each other now, and it's a great feeling to be able to get beyond some issues that have been going on. But then I also just been doing like a lot of recognizing him for the things that he's done. I worked part time for 5 years, ain't been full time in 10. And so lately, I had picked up hours like the last month or so, and I've been doing 8 to 12 hour shifts, or 10 to 12 hour shifts, back to back. Like he has been doing it, and I've been so tired. And so I told him, I said I have a newfound respect for you because I don't know how you have that. I know you have it's your strength, but I don't know how you can do it 6 days a week and come home and still have energy to continue to try to do other things in the household and things like that. And it to me, it's just amazing that he has that he can do that. Because I get home, I'm tired, I'm walking in the walls, and it's nice. So we in the good season, and it feels good to be in this season, and I just have to give thanks for that because it's a great season. I have to enjoy it while we in it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Well, it's a great season, and what it is listening to the Almighty,
Yeah.
His wisdom, and what's been disseminated, and appreciation often comes, as it says, you don't know until you walk a mile in my shoes. You see, one can always criticize somebody until they put in that position. People could, I have a boss. People be saying sometimes they want to get to the side. This. I said, well, let's see you go in there and run it then. Let's see you go in there. Sure, there's always better things all of us can do, but let's see you go in there and run it then. Let's see all this fall on you while you talking about what somebody. Let's see it fall on you and see what you do. If your criticism is not to help that person do things better and in a better way, then you don't need it. Just to criticize them, to drag them down. That's not what's needed. And I'm sure that if you have to do what they have to do, and I see that a lot of times, I see that even in marriages a lot of times. And that's why I say, the Almighty bless me and gifted me with that, That's what I see with men and women, husbands and wives. That's what I see, period. That's why it's so hard in relationships, because there is this looking at things from my side.
Yeah.
Woman look at it just from the woman's side. The man look at it just from the man's side. Huh? She. Okay, she. Y'all always talking about kids. Y'all always this with the kids. She always that with the kids. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a weekend with them, with nobody come and relieve you.
So switch your roles. Yeah.
He be calling, baby. Or when she busts back through that door, watch the hug. He is hugging on the leg. He hugging her by the neck. She like, they almost done broke her body. Yeah, he glad she don't do like them kids is. But he didn't know what was happening. Huh? They running around hollering. They running around doing this. And he didn't know how she was able to manage that house and manage them kids. Huh? That's what he's talking. Man, I go to work, and it can't nothing be worse than me going to work and facing these folks out. Yeah, get there, stay with them. Huh?
And she works.
Huh?
And she works.
Huh?
Both of these women, they work.
When she's sitting down, I'm talking even if she's not working, she's still in that house. People don't know And that's what I'm saying. People don't know what it is to manage a house. And when you sit down to think, you got time. I used to help my mother, like I said, when she ran a daycare. I used to help my mother, and she had about 14 kids. I pack them all down, give them that time. I was like, ooh, got a break. Boy, I sit down, one of them jokers head pop up, boom, and one pop up. It's infectious. Here come, boop, boop. Y'all done lay back down. I thought I was getting a break. Man, by the time the end of the day came, Father, I said, if they don't hurry up and get here, and 50, you push them out though. Oh, they gonna stay talk now. Get on out here. I wish we had a little slot cut in. I just push them out. No, you ready to get ready? Man, that's taxing. And that's what gave me a profound respect. Doing that gave me a profound respect for a woman that take care of a house like that. See? And then when she had to, like I said, roll her, when she got to get out, like you said, and maybe go and do what he was doing, and then come in and maybe have to cut the yard or something, do what he was doing. Then she like, whoa.
14 hours a day.
Whoa. And putting up with the stuff that he got to put up with people, and then you come to appreciate.
Don't say, and maintain a pleasant.
Have to maintain. Then you come to appreciate one another. But you don't know until you walk the mile in my shoes. And that's why my thing was always, don't be so quick to ditch. I know it gets frustrating, but don't be so quick to ditch. And you soon find out that you might have threw away something real valuable. Huh? You don't know its value until it's gone. Until it's gone. They just plumb straight out of nothing. They'll work their way out your life or out the door.
That's right.
They'll take care of that. Don't be, the scripture say, don't be so hasty in spirit.
Right.
If you done got out there, got away and moved on, you be sitting there, like, what man? Thank you alone. Wait. But no, praise y'all that y'all in a good place. And y'all can stay in a good place.
Yes.
Right.
You know? Yeah, y'all got the key now. Y'all got the key to that door. Yeah, you got the key to that door. And I know the chief you got over there. Look at it. I know the chief you got over there. Yeah. Call him quiet storm for nothing. I know the chief you got over there. Yes, sir. See, look, he rolled him
Hallelujah.
on.
Oh man, last day was all day. Working as the same. I go 12 hours. Won't say every day, but people usually call off session on Friday at 8. Friday. But I got to go drive fully, then I got to go help somebody else. Then I got to help somebody else. That happens almost every day. I get tired. Oh man, when I was younger, my mom used to work 12 hours, at the hospital. I'm like, I see a lot of shit get home, she get tired. So I go through what my mom goes through. And last day I did something new moon. And today is my mom's birthday. And though I'm not gonna spend time with her today because it's y'all day, but hopefully tomorrow I'll go see how she's doing. So that. And on the last birthday, me and my wife went out for a while. We went to a restaurant and the food was high, but it wasn't bad big business. And I support them, but the food was too high. It was kind of good. But hopefully it's spend some more time. All my business. But
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And it was, but it was a special occasion. And remember what Solomon said. Remember what Solomon said. I find what? I find nothing. Ecclesiastes 3:12. Just that was the time. That was the place. That was the thing for everything under the sun. That was the season. That's when I do splurge. You want to sprinkle on that cupcake? Every day you don't get sprinkled.
No.
You know, a little extra. Pay a little 50 cent extra.
Ecclesiastes
Yes, 3:12.
Hallelujah. I know
I know
that there's good in them,
that there's no good in them,
but for a man to rejoice
but for a man to rejoice,
and to do good in his life.
to do good in his life, rejoice and live good, live a good life, doing good things, thinking good thoughts, being good. And also that every man should what? Eat
Eat and drink.
them 12 hours. Hey, you deserve to eat and drink
And enjoy
and enjoy
the good of all his labor.
the good of all your labor. Them hours you put in where you try, you deserve to enjoy some of that. For it is what?
The gift
This is the gift
of Elohim.
of Elohim. If you don't treat yourself, I'll say it again, if you don't treat yourself, that's not saying something good about you.
Don't cheat
You
yourself.
got to treat yourself. Huh?
Cheat yourself.
Huh?
Treat yourself.
Yeah. Huh? Little Grey Goose ain't hurt nobody, huh? Huh? What you say? That's right.
Hennessy stole the show.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I want some of my brethren to take time and introduce themselves. They're here with us today. So we want them to introduce themselves, say something to them that don't know them, say some things, if they would. I've known them. And known them since they was the age of my children. I seen them when they was like that, when they was little. So now I see them, they big, young, scrappy fellas. They scaring me. Make me old. Nah, good to see them. They would stand, say whatever they want to say. Hallelujah. Yes, sir, my brother.
Here to give praise to the Most High Power. That being said, my life has shown through my works of praise to the Most High now, bro. Another young man who's ready to walk the way of the Most High. So,
Hallelujah.
that's about that.
Hallelujah. That young man want to stand and introduce himself. Come on.
I'm just like trying to get on the right track. This gonna be the first one,
Hallelujah. 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 Shalom.
You know, I'm here just to back I like
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Well, you're in the right place. If I don't run the risk of sounding too arrogant, but you're not in the right place because of me. You're in the right place because this is the place where the word of the Almighty Yah is spoken. It and it only. And the scriptures make reference to that, and you'll be commended. My brothers be commended that he shared the Almighty with you, and you'll be commended that you've done what few people in this world choose to do. And that's considered. That's considered the creator. But because you have created, the creator will consider you. And anything you think is wrong in your life, the creator is ready to give you the guidance, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to help you correct. For in the scriptures, we go to the book of Psalm 119. And you're not the only one here on that journey. We all here on that journey of trying to find out the right way to go.
Psalm 119.
We lived many years the wrong way.
Yes, sir.
Psalm 119.
Yes, sir.
Verse 1.
Hallelujah. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of Yahweh.
The undefiled in the way, because they walk in the law of Yah.
Blessed are they that keep his testimony.
They keep his testimony.
And that seek him with the whole heart.
Now that's the first thing I would adjourn you to reside in. Is if you're seeking the Almighty, this must be an endeavor to seek him with all your heart, all your soul, and all your might.
They also do no iniquity. They walk in his way.
He said, because the goal is to be no iniquity, walking in his way.
Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes. Then shall I not be ashamed when I have respect unto all thy commandments.
See, when we have respect to all his commandments, then we won't be ashamed. You won't be ashamed.
Hallelujah.
You won't be ashamed, and no matter where, no matter who you with, no matter your circumstances, if we have respect to the commandments of Yah,
hallelujah,
we won't be ashamed.
That's right. I will praise Yah. I will praise thee with uprightness of heart.
And that's important to know. I want to go back to that 6. That's important to know because as you start walking on this new journey in this kind of world, a lot of people are going to try to shame you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even those of us that have been walking in this way, a lot of people are going to try to shame you.
Still trying to shame.
They're going to say you crazy.
Yes, sir.
They're going to say you ain't making no sense.
You in a cult.
They're going to say you in a cult.
Yes, sir.
They're going to say many things. You lost your mind. They're going to tell you emphatically, you need to come on back to church and get baptized and let the blood of Christ come over you and save you. They're going to shame you. Your homeboy going to call you square if they still using that, whatever term they use today. They're going to try to shame you. And that's why it's important to know, though, what the scripture says. He said, when I have respect unto thy commandments,
I will praise thee with uprightness of heart. When I shall have learned, when I shall have learned thy righteous judgment, I will keep thy statutes. Oh, forsake me not utterly.
Now I want you to look at this 9th verse real close.
Wherewith,
For wherewith, in other words, how? Wherewith shall a young man cleanse his way? In other words, that young man, what I thought was right, what I thought was good, what I thought was living, when you start reading the Almighty words, it's going to probably show you that that wasn't living at all. So you're going to want to know, how can you clean yourself up? How can you clean yourself up? He said, wherewith shall I cleanse my way? Well, how do you do it? What's the answer to that question? It comes right behind it. By taking heed thereto, according to thy word.
hallelujah.
With my whole heart, again, as he says, with my whole heart have I sought thee. You have to give everything over to the Creator.
Yes, sir.
All of it.
Hallelujah.
He don't want some of you. He want all of it.
Hallelujah.
And if we're not ready to give, and that's your sacrifice. Because they're going to ask you, and they ask us, where your sacrifice? Well, your sacrifice is yourself.
All right.
You have to give yourself over to the Almighty.
Yes, sir.
But if you're not ready to give yourself over to the Almighty, I will honestly tell anyone, leave them alone.
Okay.
Just to be honest.
Praise God.
This ain't playtime. This ain't show time. If you ready, just like a sacrifice, the sacrifice had to be right. It had to be good. It had to be untainted. It had to be meaningful. And the sacrifice is you. If you're not ready to solely give yourself and wholly give yourself to the Creator, then leave them alone.
Hallelujah.
Leave them alone. But if you're ready to make that sacrifice, then his arms is wide open. He said, thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. Because this ain't about none of us. This ain't about pleasing no man. This ain't church. This ain't religion. Don't get brownie points for pleasing men. This is about serving the Most High Yah.
Hallelujah.
So he said, blessed art thou, O Yahweh. Teach me thy statutes. With my lips have I declared all thy judgments of thy mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of thy testimonies, as much as in all riches. I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. I will delight myself in thy statutes. I will not forget thy word. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So we all are here endeavoring that endeavor to find our way back to the Creator. With that being said, is there any particular area or subject one would wish to be addressed or that you bring to us, Brother James, that you want us to speak on? Yes, sir. Oh, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Supposed to be together, ain't we? Supposed to be one people, ain't we? And that's how it's supposed to be in it. Oh, he is. He is.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he is. He is. Yes. And it's pitiful, ain't it? Huh? It's pitiful. But let me tell you what. But let me tell you. Well, I don't mind.
Hallelujah.
I don't mind. Let me tell you what. It's pitiful, but let me tell you, it's in our blood. It's in our blood. It's in our very nature. And it has been since we've been the children of it. But we the children of it.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
I gotta drum them up sometime, maybe so we can let me ask again, because I wanted to affirm. We're the children of Israel.
Hallelujah.
All right. And being the children of Israel, division. Before I go Genesis, let's go back to Ecclesiastes. I want to go back. I want to go back.
You know, the young people are talking about how to look
Well, that's
older people.
well, as older people, that's what we
the
fail to
problem.
realize.
That's true.
Like I told you, that old gentleman, young man, was talking about what he was gonna do to me. I said, this man can't even stand up, and he talking about what he gonna do to me. This old man. Now, if he acting like that with me, he acts like that with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
And if he acts like that with a lot of people, a lot of young people get to see him act like that. And what do you think they gonna do?
Act like that.
They gonna pick up the same mantle and they gonna act like that.
Times two.
Ecclesiastes
Yes, sir.
1,
Hallelujah.
and I want you to read verse 9.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that have been, it is that which shall be.
The thing that have been, what's happened in the past, and that's why the phrase was coined, if you don't know your past, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yes, sir.
So that which is past, you always look to see what's been in the past. Because that which is past, it what? And the young man had his hand up. So before I go, since he's our guest, I definitely don't want to lose things on him. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Good. Write it down and keep hold to it, and then we'll take it. Go ahead.
The thing that have passed, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
There is absolutely how many new things under the sun?
Zero. None.
There's nothing new under the sun. See, division, and I've had this, how many been since Murray been deceased? 7? So I've been dealing, listen to my words. I've been dealing with the question of division for 7 years. I have. But the question of division, as I've studied it in the past, have been here even before I was born. But just the question that I've been dealing with in recent times. But like I said, I've had to look to the past to understand where I'm at in the present. Let's go on a little storytelling. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to Genesis, the 37th chapter.
Genesis chapter 37.
See, I said it was in the blood, didn't I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's why all Israel needs blood transfusion. No, even the scriptures say, purge me with hyssop and make me clean. And I should be whiter than snow. Yes, sir.
In the course of the class, you speak on how we become one united.
Well, we'll find that out. So where we have the problem identified, then there is a solution. But there can be no solution until you identify the root cause. Genesis 37,
Yes, sir.
start at verse 1.
Hallelujah. Genesis chapter 37, verse 1. And Yaakov dwelt in the land where his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Yaakov. Yosef, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren. And the lad was with the sons of Bilhah, and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wife. And Yosef brought unto his father their evil report.
Because Joseph is the son of who? Raquel, that's right. He's the son of Raquel, and that's why this is saying this. He was with the sons of what?
Bilhah
Bilhah,
and the sons of Zilpah,
Zilpah, his father's wife. And Joseph brought it unto his father a what?
Their evil report.
He brought unto his father their evil report. Go ahead.
Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. And when his brethren saw that his father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him.
Where my young man go? Went to the restroom. All right. 'Cause I want him to see this. Because in this it's saying a lot. I want y'all to write down favor. Favor. I want you to write down favor. I want to try to give him a little time to come back. This is germane to him.
Genesis 37.
And read started verse 3 again.
Genesis 37, verse 3. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age.
And it was not that he didn't love his children. He loved all his children. But he said he loved himself more. Or, in other words, Joseph had more favor with his father. Go ahead. And his father did what? In his
Made him
favor.
a coat of many colors.
Made it known, made it shown that he had a coat of many colors.
And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, that they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him.
When they saw this favor placed upon him, it vexed them to the degree where they could not even be at peace with their brother anymore. Huh? Now, these scriptures show law.
Yes, they do.
It's so they could not even be at peace with their brother anymore. Go ahead.
And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto them,
That's why it's something called, as we teach, there's a lot of things that's going to be learned. There's something for discretion.
yes, sir. Discretion. Yes, sir.
There's something for discretion.
Yes,
There's
sir.
a saying from the old, never let the left hand know what the right hand is doing.
That's right.
And nowadays, everybody, the whole cat out the bag.
Right now.
And it's dangerous to let the cat out the bag, especially in today's climate. It can cost you. It can cost you your dreams.
Yes,
It can cost you everything you built up.
Yes.
If it's out of season when you let it out the bag.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta let it creep up on people
Hallelujah.
Come on now.
and overtake them
Yes, sir.
where they can't react to it, or it's just too late to react to it.
All right.
That's a fact.
See, as I was raised as a young man, we were raised with discretion.
Better part of
We were raised where we got popped in our mouth when
Yes,
we
sir.
blurted out things, and we wondered why. Why I was just talking, but we got popped down and get that little look. See, a lot of y'all don't know that in this
That's
generation,
right. That's right.
but it was a message behind that.
Hallelujah.
Because to say things sometimes in the wrong setting, it can stir up the hornet's nest.
All right.
And this young man, even among them that are close to you, this young man, look what happened. He said he had a dream.
And a dream, and he told it to his brethren.
And he told it to his brothers.
Hated him yet the more.
Now they already felt a certain way about it.
Right.
But now he come and tell them about this dream, and he about to reveal the dream. He gonna tell them about the dream. Now they set even more so on it.
Yes, sir.
And look at his dream.
And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, the field, and lo, my sheep rose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheep stood round about, and made obstinance to my sheep. And his brethren said to him,
You see the picture he painted for them? Huh?
Yeah.
That's what I said, discretion. That was a time for discretion. That's something he needed to keep.
To himself.
And as happy as jubilant as he wanted, that's something he needed to keep to himself. Because they were already a certain way. Now he's showing them a dream that in my dream, my sheep rose up. Your sheep, they bowed down. Now them boys ain't stupid.
Right.
And they already done seen favor placed on him from his father.
Yeah.
Now you coming with this dream, telling us under or subjected to you. Father have already made us in reality subject. Now you get dream. They picking up on things. Go ahead.
And his brethren said to him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us?
And these the sons of Israel, aren't they?
Yes.
That's who we're dealing with, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And they hated him yet the more for his dream.
Now that's magnified
And for
3
his
times.
words.
The hate magnified 3 times. Go ahead.
And he dreamed yet another dream.
So he dreamed another dream.
And told it his brethren and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more. And behold, the sun
It was sun.
and the moon
It was moon.
and the 11
It was
stars
11 stars.
made oxen to me.
And they all made obeisance to me.
And he told it to his father.
And as a youthful young man, 17, huh?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
17.
Someone says he's around the age of my oldest.
Yes, sir.
That's why I'm there for him. To guide him.
Hallelujah.
Because he's 17. He's a young man.
Yes, sir.
He don't know the ins and outs of life.
That's
I
right.
got the schooling. I know he think he know, but I got the schooling. Huh?
Yes, sir.
When you with your buddies, this the way you be. I know they say they're your buddies, but this the way you be with your buddies. Because how many buddies done turned on buddies? How many buddies done set these up?
Lord.
Come on. Come on.
And he told it to his father,
Mm-hmm.
his brethren. And his father rebuked him.
Because wisdom wisdom sets in with his father. So his father, like I was saying earlier, he rebukes him at this point. Hush up.
And said unto him, what is dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother
And he even takes a
and thy
tone with him.
brother?
To me and your mother, are you saying me and your mama are going to bow down to you as ourselves?
And his brethren evaded him.
No, they envy him.
Envy him. So
Write
envy him.
Write that word down. Envy. Envy. Write that down.
And his brethren envy him. But his father observed the same.
See, even though his father took that tone with him and chastened him and corrected him, his father always knew what the dream was. And in his heart of hearts, his father knew that the boy was on to something. He did that because he was trying to throw off his brothers. He was trying to deflect what he knew his brothers were already in their heart towards Joseph. So he jumped on him in a tone and a manner that would take some of that away, as if he was chastising. But he laid the same to heart. This boy is special. Go ahead.
And his brethren went to feed their father's flock in Shechem.
In the course of time, he went off to do what his sons do, take care of their father's flock in Shechem.
And Israel said unto Joseph, do not thy brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, here I am. And he said to him, go, I pray thee, see whether it be well with thy brethren, and well with the flock, and bring me word again. So he sent them out of the valley, so he sent them out of the vale of Hebron, and he came to Shechem. And a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, what seekest thou? And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flocks. And the man said, they are departed hence, for I heard them say, let us go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren and found them in Dothan. And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. And they said one to another.
They did what?
Conspired against him to slay him.
And these the sons of who?
Israel.
They have one what?
One father.
They got one father.
He's his big brother.
They don't have 2, 3 different fathers. They got one father. That's why I
Yes,
said they the father, one father. Yes, they different mothers, but they got one father. That's the bonding tie. The one father is the bonding tie, although there's 4 different mothers. They come from one father. That's why even in Torah, when it said, if it be your sister born near or abroad, still your sister.
All right.
Because you share the one father. That's your bonding tie. These young men have one father. They have the bonding tie. But right now, a group of them are not acting as brothers. Go ahead.
And they said one to another, behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit. And we will say, some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dream. And Reuben heard it.
We know what was in store for him, but we don't see about that. But Reuben heard it, yes.
And he delivered him out of their hands, and said, let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto him, shed no blood, but cast him into the pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that we might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his fathers again. And it came to pass, when Joseph was to come unto his brethren,
when he came to him, when he finally got near to him,
that they stripped Joseph out of his coat,
they rallied together and they stripped Joseph out of his coat that his father had made and placed on him.
and they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it.
Now, that's very good. Is that division?
Yeah,
Because it sure enough don't sound like unity.
that's right.
I ask again, is that division?
Yes,
Huh?
among brothers,
Among the children of whom?
blood brothers, Israel,
Among the sons of whom?
Israel.
Listen, their blood. Is that not who we descend from?
Yes, sir.
Is that not who we descend from?
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Well, it's in our blood. It's in our blood. From the inception of who we are, we've always been an easily divisive people. That's why the Creator said, I am the Elohim of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob. And I am given, or I claim, the children of Israel, or the children of Jacob. But make no mistakes about it, I'm the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. My true promise rests upon them. And that's why I tolerate y'all. Because even as his sons, y'all have been a little different than your fathers in your character. So the vision is from this day that these brothers have been scrapping, have been broken. The vision ain't been nothing new in our history. Let's go further in our past, which is bringing us up to our present. Let's go to the book of 2 Samuel.
Hallelujah.
I'm sorry, I do not want 2 Samuel. I want 1 Kings.
All right.
First Kings. Chapter 12.
1 Kings chapter 12.
Start at verse 16.
Hallelujah. 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 16. So, when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tent, O Israel.
No. Do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Go back to verse 1. Go back to verse 1. Start there.
Hallelujah. First Kings, chapter 1.
But now Solomon
Verse 12.
had passed away.
Excuse me.
Solomon-
First Kings, chapter 12, verse 1.
Solomon is dead. But Solomon was one of the greatest kings to reign in all of Israel. And in all of his kingdom, all of his time, there was peace. He fought no wars. He had no campaign, even though he had an army, even though he had a navy. There was not a single battle that he had to fight in all the days that he ruled. He said many things in the house of the Almighty. All things, not many things. He said all things in the house of the Almighty. He said them in perfect order. There was nothing out of place. In other words, in his lifetime, the kingdom of Israel was at probably its heights towards, darn near I say, perfection. Perfection. But he is gone. And his son is taking his place. Let's see what happens.
Hallelujah. First Kings, chapter 12, verse 1. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass, when Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt.
And all the time that you're born, or all the time that Solomon was alive, you couldn't find Jeroboam with a search warrant. He never made his presence known. And he always felt this certain way about King Solomon and the way Solomon ran the kingdom, because he thought he should be king then. So he always felt a certain way. But all the while that Solomon was alive, you couldn't find this person. He fled. He lay low. But now that he's gone, he resurrects himself and he comes back. And let's see what happens.
Verse 3. That they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam.
And even someone within the congregation of Israel sent for Jeroboam. Come on, man. Come on back. Come on. You got to say in this. Go ahead.
And they spake to Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous.
You know, your father, he was kind of rough on us.
Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee. And he said unto them,
Right. He was hard on us. He didn't take our stuff. Huh? Why don't you be a little different? And we will serve you. That's a lie. That's why Solomon was hard on you. Because he knew what kind of people you was. Because he prayed to the Almighty that the Almighty direct him and give him the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding how to rule the nation. Go ahead.
and he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father, while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people?
And that's the why. That was wisdom. When he did that, that was great wisdom. Who better to consult than the people that was around his father when the kingdom was intact, that know how his father ran it, that would help keep it running and functioning as it was as the nation of Israel had enjoyed it for many and many of years. Because although they said he was hard on them, they enjoyed a good quality of living under King Solomon, no matter how hard he was on them or how he ran it. They prospered. So who better to go to than them that have outlived him, that can help you keep that ball going just as it's been going. So this is great wisdom that he's showing right here. And they told, and what was their advice to
And
him?
they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day,
Yes.
and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
Because really your father was a servant. He was a servant to Yah, and he was a servant to these people. They talking about his heart, but your father looked after these people. Your father provided these people with everything that they had never enjoyed feasts like they enjoyed with your father.
Right.
They had never had a nation from north to south prospering like they did with your father. Your father, under him, he took all our enemies that was left around about us that we should have totally destroyed and subdued them, and he made y'all rulers over them. He did great things for us. And if you have the same heart that you look at governing this nation first as a servant of the Almighty before a king, then the people will serve you. That's what we tell you, young man. But look at what his wisdom soon gave way to.
But he forsook the counsel of the old men.
He forsook old men's counsel,
which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him.
and he went to some young cats that don't know their right foot from their left. Huh? Huh? Is that what he did?
That's what he did.
See, this is the same truth I raised my children in. You should listen to me. That's been there and that's done that.
That's right.
Before you go out of here and listen to your buddies and your little friends that don't know their left foot from their right foot, all of y'all tripping down the street. I done tripped, I done fell, and I done got up and went on. Your ear should be to me.
All right.
And not to them.
Hallelujah.
Because I'm going to tell you what can make you prosper. They can only fantasize, romanticize, and probably get you in more harm than good. There is a place for young men.
Yes, sir.
And even scriptures say, young men for war.
Yes, sir.
Use that enthusiasm and young energy for what it needs to be used for.
Yes, sir.
But old men for counsel.
Hallelujah.
People that know something about something.
All right.
I know you done got a little older and you think you know something,
Okay.
but you don't know nothing.
Yes, sir.
He consulted the young men. I got to give this answer. This is the answer to the question I have to give today. Go ahead. Which was grown up with him.
Stood before him.
Yes.
And he said unto them, What counsel give ye?
There's a beautiful movie. I'm sorry to cut you off. There's a beautiful movie. Old King. He a wicked old king, but he an old king. He a cunning old king. And his little young son got a little young boy. And he said, this is Philip. He's my minister of defense. And he grabbed him and he said, oh, he is? And he grabbed him around his shoulder and he walked with him. He said, well, tell me, young man, how would you say we defend the kingdom? And he walking with him. And he walked him over to a window. And when he get him close to the window, he take him and grab him and he throw him out the window. Point being, this young man didn't, I'm old, but I know how to rule my kingdom with wisdom. This young fella didn't even have the sense enough to see I was walking him over here to a danger zone and setting him up. An older person who is seasoned, they would have known, hey, we ain't stepping over that cross like that. You up to something. They would have picked it up. Just off my sure vibe, they would have picked it up.
Yeah.
This fella don't know nothing. That's why he told his son, he said, you ain't ready to be king. I just had to throw that in there. Huh? Because you got a lot of young folks, they think they're ready to be king. Like on Lion King. I just can't wait to be king. Yeah, you can. You need to. You need to.
Yes, sir.
And you don't know nothing.
Yes, sir. And he said unto them, what counsel give ye that we may answer this people who have spoken to me, saying, make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter. And a young man that was grown up with him spake unto him, saying, thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, thy father made our yoke heavy, but make it thou lighter unto us. Thou shalt say unto them, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's loin. And now, whereas my father did lay you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father had chastened you with whips, but I will chasten you with scorpions.
Because here they instilled and he fell to a little, not wisdom, he fell to a little peer pressure. Because you know how it is when you with your boys. And they start talking.
Yeah.
And so now he got to puff up. Yeah, that's what I do, man. Yeah, this is what I do. This is how I do it. And now he got, he don't want to be no softy. So he got to listen to his boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. That's what we're telling him. I'll be worse than my daddy. Go ahead.
So you're born, and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, come to me again the third day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old man's counsel that they gave him, and spoke to them after the counsel of the young men.
Forsook that wisdom.
Saying, my father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastened you with whips, but I will chasten you with scorpions. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from Yahweh, that he might perform his saying, which Yahweh has spake by Ahiah, the Shilonite, unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. So, when all Israel, that the king hearkened not unto the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse.
And to know what Ahiah spoke to Jeroboam, I just got to show you this. To know what Ahiah spoke to Jeroboam, because that's the bigger picture as well. It can't be lost. It cannot be lost.
Hallelujah.
Sometimes what we see on the surface is what we see. But let me ask you, who is in control of everything?
Yahweh.
I didn't hear everybody. I said, who is in control of everything?
Yahweh.
Do you believe that?
Hallelujah. Hook, line, and sinker.
Because see, what you're reading about here is taking place on the surface. But here over to 11th chapter, and let's see why it's taking place. Because it said he was doing this to fulfill what was spoken by the Shilonite to Jeroboam, the son of Nebat. And what did he speak? Before any of this took place, what did he speak? Go to the 11th and just pick up at the 29th verse. 1 Kings, 11th chapter,
First King,
29th
chapter
verse.
11, verse 29.
See, the Almighty's in control. Because there were many times I wrestle and wonder why things, I wrestle and still wrestle and wonder why things happen. I ask myself a lot of times when I don't understand, I say, why this? Why this happen like this? Why this happen like that? And then the Almighty had to give me a soul of ease that don't worry about why. Let it unfold. And stay with me. That I can bring you through it. Because the why is for me to know until I'm ready to let you know. But here's what happened. And this is why this has happened.
And it came to pass.
11 and 29 of 1 Kings. It came to pass.
At that time, when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahiah, the Shilonite, found him in the way.
Found him in the way.
And he had clad himself with a new garment. And they too were alone in the field.
So who's in the field?
Ahiah.
And who else?
And Jeroboam.
And who else, brother? They the only two there. In the field by themselves. And Ahiah did what?
Caught the new garment that was on and rent it in 12 pieces.
He caught Jeroboam's garment, his new one that was on him, the new garment. He caught it and he ripped it in 12 pieces. When he ripped it, he ripped it into 12 pieces. His new garment. And he said to Jeroboam,
take these 10 pieces. Take these 10 pieces.
Yeah, you didn't take these 10 pieces.
But thus said Yahweh.
But thus said Yah,
the Elohim of Israel.
The Elohim of Israel.
Behold, I will rid the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon.
I'm taking the kingdom out the hand of Solomon and will give 10 tribes to you. Huh? You see what's happening? This is what don't nobody know. You look at Rehoboam and you think he acting and this is just unfolding a certain way. But the Almighty had already prophesied this to happen. The split. These 10, them 10 pieces that he will pick up, them gonna represent the 10 tribes that's going with you. The 2 pieces left over, that's the house of David that's gonna be left. Go, verse 32.
Hallelujah.
And this is something that only he and Jeroboam know. This ain't something that everybody else knows.
But he shall have one.
That's why I'll cue in. That's why they'll run around asking questions. What happened in the kingdom? Why we done split up? Why we this? Why from Naphtali to Dan to Gad to Asher and all over? They'll be running around asking the question. What done happened to us? What's it? But Jeroboam and Ahiah, they'll know exactly why. They'll know exactly why. Jeroboam, although he adversarial in the situation, he'll know exactly why he is where he's at. And that will even embolden him to fulfill what he does. Because Yahweh is always in control.
Hallelujah.
What we don't understand, we don't understand. But he always is in control. Just like you might not understand why you even came this way. For years, I would sit back and say, why? I got brothers, I got sisters. Why me? Why pick me? Why pick me? Because I didn't understand. He said, I know why. And it gave me the sense of ease to stop. Once he gave it to me, the question stopped being why. And be appreciative of it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hallelujah.
So I ain't have to ask why about the split. I know the split. Our split. The question for me is not why no more. Let it unfold. And it's going to unfold, and it's going to unfold not the way I want it to unfold, or not the way another wanted to unfold. It's going to unfold the way the Almighty has designed it to unfold before this even happened.
Hallelujah.
He saw this years before it even happened. He ordained it. And with that, there is no bashing. I'm comfortable with it. I don't have to bash because it's the will of God. He want a man to set up, he will set that man up. He will. He want men to fall, they will fall. He want men to be put to shame, they will be put to shame. It will be done according to his will. Hold on to your questions. Right now I want to run through this, and then I promise by Yahweh I will deal with them. So write them down and hold on to them. So you can see here that what is happening in 12 have already been laid out because it's the will of the Almighty. Let's go back to 12 now.
Verse 10, chapter 12, verse 15.
Verse 16, pick up there.
Verse 16. So, when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tent, O Israel. Now see to thy own house, David. So Israel departed unto their tent. But as for the children of Israel which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them.
Because this is not a Cincinnati thing. I can take you to New York right now. I'll tell you New York right now. And I can guarantee you there's at least 5 different congregations. In one block. One block. That's like going around this block. There's 5 different congregations. They told me so themselves. That they just branch off. And branch off. And branch off. And branch off. And not even for nothing major. It can be something minor. We gone. 2 years. Another group gone. Another group gone. They showed me when I was up there. They said, oh yeah, you just go right down the corner there. The congregation there. Go around the corner from them. They there. You come back up the corner from them. They there. And I'm scratching my head and said, well, don't y'all all believe in Yah? Yeah. They all say they believe in Yah. And they all do believe in Yah. But it's something, and I was talking to my brother earlier, it's something deeper at work and at play. So he said, yes, I want them to write it all down, and then I would get to them because they might even get answered through the course of this. But keep going, verse 18. I want them to write it down. If somebody give them pen or paper if you don't have it, but make sure they can write them down.
The king Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones.
And he sent, so Rehoboam at this time, they were fresh up, and he said, well, I got to send a messenger. I got to try to hold this thing together. So let me send a messenger from you. Let me send him out and dispatch him. Go to him with words of peace so we can hold this together. And they sent this messenger out to him. And when he sent this messenger out to him, what happened?
Israel stoned him.
They stoned him.
With stones.
With stones.
that he died.
Making it clear to Rehoboam, man, we ain't got nothing no more to do with you.
Therefore, King Rehoboam made speed
He
to
himself,
get him up to his chariots to flee Jerusalem.
he himself got the message and got out of Dodge quickly. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto, now watch this. Really write this down, brother. Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day.
Hallelujah.
Let me ask you something then.
Don't say.
If that's the question, are you shocked that we're not unified?
Not in the DNA.
See, that's how come we know Christ is not the Messiah. Because in the New Testament, do you know what they proved him with when he came back supposedly in the resurrection? They said, Master, they said, Scripture say that when the Messiah comes, the house of David and the house of Yehuda and the house of Israel is supposed to be united. And they said, you done came, you the Messiah, and we still ain't united. What's wrong? And he couldn't give them a good answer. Because he didn't. But that's one of the Masonic prophecies, that the house come back together. If the Messiah come and don't do that, he is a false Messiah. Or he is, as our Christian brother will put it, the Antichrist. So I can say for sure he is the Antichrist. Because he did not bring the house back together. And that's the job of the Messiah. That's what he come to rule over. One united house. Israel. And peace on earth. But the house of Israel rebelled against the house of David, even to this day. They have not come back together. That's why I said, our past, we're not far from it. We're in the midst of it. It's here with us. This is our history. And it came to pass when Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation and made him king over all Israel. And there was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only, his own tribe. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah. Now watch what Rehoboam did when he came to Jerusalem, when he got back home to his home base. He assembled all the house of Judah. And with the tribe of Benjamin, because they did say, and with 180,000 chosen men who were warriors. Again, didn't say he just went and grabbed men. He went and grabbed men chosen. I cannot overemphasize this. A lot of people think I'm just on a soapbox. There is nothing about no, and this is just wisdom. Y'all see the climate?
Yes, sir.
Y'all know what's happening.
Yes, sir.
I talked to a brother, and I talked to him like I'm talking to y'all. And I'm specifically talking to the brother. If you're not motivated to get out and start training to become warriors, I dare say we in bad shape.
Bad shape.
It won't give us our salvation, but I'm telling you, because the book tells me, there comes a day within the midst of this nation, before anywhere, you're going to have to fight for the salvation. Because it's more than just saying, I got a gun, I can point at somebody. You got to move. We was just talking. You got to move as one. You got to function. That was him instilling unity, organization, structure within what will become our army. That's why he said, I brought every way.
Hallelujah.
Come on now.
He made the point, if I took you right up the coast, the Philistines would have wiped you out because you ain't ready for people that have been fighting wars for 1,000 years.
All right.
Most of you would have been slaughtered. Those that wasn't slaughtered, you would have ran back down into Egypt to your oppressor. And you're hollering about you want some smoke. Smoke will be quickly put out. It don't magically, deliciously happen. Take it, you can leave it. But training something other than just running your mouth.
All right.
Scripture again, he said he took 4,100,000 chosen men who were warriors. Men he knew when he walked out with them. He knew what he had. Just like Abraham took men he knew what he had. Joshua surrounded himself with men he knew what he had. And he wasn't personal. He said, fine, if you don't, stay home. We need somebody to watch the homestead. We need some babysitters.
That's right.
But I want thumpers.
Right. Big split.
Yeah, bro. That the Almighty's command, 300 men. That's the 300. He said, send the rest of them home. I want thumpers.
Hallelujah.
I want them thumped till it hurt. Put them in the dirt.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
But he grabbed these chosen men to fight against the house of Israel. He was getting ready to go to war with his own brothers to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. He said, we're going to take it by force. We're going to take it back. I'm going to rule over all of Israel, none of it, and we're going to go get it. But the word of Elohim came to Shemiah, the man of Elohim at that time. And he went to Rehoboam and he spoke to him and said, son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah, Benjamin, and to the remnant of the people, let me tell you, you're not going nowhere.
Hallelujah.
For thus says Yah, you should not go up. You should not go up, nor fight against your brothers. This ain't, it's split, let the split be. This ain't time to make war with each other. Return every man to his own house. For this thing, if you want to know what's going on, this thing is of me, says Yahweh. So it ain't time for you to do nothing but continue in following after me. Rule over this little parcel that I gave. And they listened to the word of Yah and returned to depart according to the word of Yah. Now, what did Jeroboam do? Jeroboam did what he was supposed to do. He did what he was prophesied to do. For then Jeroboam built Shechem in the mount of Ephraim. And this is why later, and you get to Hosea, you get into Micah, when you get into Baruch, all the late prophets, this is why you'll start hearing them write about Ephraim and Israel and Judah as if they're writing about them in separate sense. Because once Jeroboam came to order, he went to Shechem, which is in the mount of the territory of Ephraim, and he dwelt there, and that he made his home base. So he made Ephraim his home territory. Everything started spurning out of Ephraim. And Jeroboam said in his heart, like I told a brother earlier, the brother was talking about this earlier. Said, how can you tell when a man is teaching from thus said Yahweh or when a man is wrong? I said, well, oftentimes if you're just trying to gauge it from a person standing up if they're reading out the book, that's not the barometer. It's what's in his heart. And that's why the judgment is of Yah. Y'all know the heart of the man. Because if teachers can teach and all can be wrong about something. There ain't been a perfect teacher, and there is no perfect teacher except for Yah. Moses was not even a perfect teacher. But is that teacher willfully and maliciously straying from the word of Yah? Or is it simply an error? Because if it's an error, then he can correct his error. But if he maliciously straying from the word of the Almighty, then things rise up in him like pride, arrogance, haughtiness. And you see a certain spirit, and that's what you look for. You don't look for him to be like coming with another different book. You look for the spirit within that person. If he loses his integrity, if he loses his humility, if he loses his meekness, this is what you look for. And this is what you look for, things that lie within his heart. For this is where the Almighty starts showing us in the 26th verse. For Jeroboam said in his heart, now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. If this people go up to do sacrifice to the house of Yah at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their king, even to Rehoboam, king of Yehudah, and they will kill me and go to Rehoboam, king of Yehudah. Whereupon the king took counsel and made two what?
Calves of gold.
Of gold, and said unto them, it is too much for you to go back to Jerusalem. Behold your deities, O Israel, who brought you out the land of Egypt. He gave them new things, gave them flashy things, gave them things that made it appealing to stay there and be with him. And he set one in Bethel, the other he put in Dan. And this thing, they did not realize. This thing, for the people went to work, became sin. What he did became sin. For the people went to worship before the one, even the Dan. And he made a house of high places. Ain't just everything fell to hell in a handbasket. He did some things. But he made a house of high places. And he made priests of the lowest of people. Didn't bet them. Didn't check out their integrity. Didn't put them through the grindstone. You want to be? Come on. You want me? Come on. You want? Raise up. Oh, mercy. I know. I know. Made them of the lowest of people, which were not of the sons of Levi. And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month, on the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah. And he offered upon the altar. So he did in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calf that he had made. And he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made. So he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day of the 8th month to rival what? To rival the festival that ended on season, the 7th month, the 15th day of the month. Feast of Tabernacle, which was a great ordeal because it was held over an 8-day period. Great place, great feast. The closing out of the year where people just came and celebrated themselves, lost themselves in Yah. But he made one in the 8th month. Even in the month, now watch this. 15th day of the 8th month, even in the month which he had devised of his own heart. Not of the Almighty, of his own heart. And ordained a feast unto the children of Israel. And he burnt upon the altar and upon the incense. And they have never come back together. They have never come back together. Because my brother said, how? or what is the solution? They have never come back together. We have never come back together. We're still easily split because of one thing in that chapter. And I want to know who can point it out. We can get past idolatry. We can get past stuff. We can get beyond that. We can get beyond that. It's one word. I'm just looking for one word in there. Read it good. I'm gonna give you another minute. Read it good. Just one word in there. Somebody said it. I just heard it. Huh? Our hearts. Our hearts. Our hearts.
Yes, sir.
Everything else can be overcome if our heart
Yes, sir.
be right
Yes, sir.
with the Almighty.
Hallelujah.
If our hearts, it's the day that we find our hearts in the wrong places. It's the day your heart is in the wrong place that you stop loving your wife.
Yes, sir.
It's the day your heart in the wrong place that she stopped loving you. It's the day your heart is in the wrong place. A child stopped loving their father and their mother. It's the day the heart is in the wrong place. The father and mother stop loving the child. It's the day the heart in the wrong place. Brothers against brothers. Sisters against sisters. That's why Malachi, he comes and said, what? He didn't say with disobedience. He said, what? He come to do what? Malachi.
Bring the hearts of the children.
Let's get there.
Turn the hearts of the fathers.
Well, let's get there. Let's get there. Remember, we read Psalm 119. Wherewith shall a young man cleanse his ways? By holy with all my heart, taking hold of Yah's commandments, following his ways. But it's the heart that have failed us. And that's why the Creator says in Malachi 4:4.
Remember ye the laws of Moses, my servant.
Because see, it ain't even really a split. Just because we in different buildings. I drive all over the city. I don't know how many mosques there are. I drive all over the city. I don't know how many Jehovah's Witness buildings and churches there are in every neighborhood. I drive all over the city and don't know how many edifices of other places that work that there are. Even in scripture, it says they burnt up all our synagogues in the land. That meant we have more than just one place. Even in the law, it says that the Levite could travel, and wherever he went, he still was to go there, and he fit in just as if he was at home. I'm not split if I can go to Philadelphia, and me and my brother, our heart is right towards Yah. We seeing for Yah what we need to see. I can go to Philadelphia. Yes, I can go to Atlanta. I can go to Houston. I can go to Detroit. I can go to California. I can go to Peru. I can go to Hawaii. I can go anywhere and fit right in if all our heart is the same towards Yah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So if I can go there, I can definitely go anywhere within the city that I'm at. And it shouldn't be no problem. And they come here. It ain't no problem about the building. Problem is our spirits and our hearts ain't been right for a long season. Even when we thought they was right. They were foul. There was some stank. Now you want the answer? I've never shot away. Y'all know it. It was some stank, and it still is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And through the nation of Israel, all over y'all's people, it's some stank. is some stank.
Yes, sir.
They told that sister, if you throw her in jail, you got to throw all of us in jail. Huh? They slapped them cuffs on and their belly started dragging out. I don't know who said that. I ain't going nowhere but home. Listen, I ain't going nowhere but home. One lone sister acted a nut and went down with it. But all this bad talk. And we with you. We with power to we fight for it. We with they just click click. It does it, yeah. Click click. There goes that. We with you tomorrow. We be down there outside the window hollering just with Tracy. That's far. Hey, Hart wasn't there. Heart wasn't there. We made it fun. But heart, if your heart with us, then you what? When they did it, if your heart was with us, you said it, your heart was with us, they should all stood up. Like when their heart was with King. Whether you agree with what he was doing, their heart at one time was with King. So when they dragged one out, they started dragging everybody out. And that was unity. Because they even got tired of dragging all of them out. Because they couldn't lay a charge on everybody. But everybody went to jail. They didn't let just one man go. Everybody went to jail. Where they couldn't even put them in a cell. They standing out chilling in the jail. So many of them. There's so many niggas in here. Won't we turn them loose? That way, turn them loose. We ain't got room for them. And that's why they didn't spend a lot of time in there. So they had to come up with new devices. But that's because their heart was knit. It was united. Yeah.
She gonna be in there.
And she gonna be there.
Well, she got a reason why she's in there. I mean, she don't.
But them ones that said they were going, they ain't in there.
Lincoln, let her out. He can film it.
I'm saying that because our hearts is not right. Our hearts. And that's the inner of a man. You asking the key to unity. The key to unity is the heart and the spirit of a man. It must be knit with Yah. And when it's knitted wholly with Yah, then you find a way to unite. He makes the unity.
Hallelujah.
Malachi 4.
Yes, sir.
See, I know y'all heart united to get y'all break and get something to eat, so I'm about to let y'all do that. So y'all heart united.
Just keep on. You do what you need to do.
From Malachi 4 and 6, real quick.
And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
And I got to say it.
Hallelujah.
I got to say it. Brothers and sisters, that's why we got a little more time here in this hellhole.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I sure enough ain't seen this happen yet.
Not at all. Not one.
Now, he can come and do this in 3 weeks. A bad man. And truly, God can do anything, but he can do this in 3 weeks. You will know that I need to sit down. I don't have no problem. I will sit down voluntarily because I didn't have understanding in scripture. But he come and do this in 3 weeks.
You're going to do it for the Graham, baby.
And not only in America, this is something he had to do worldwide. Wherever the children of Israel is at. Why you just talking about here? Because everybody hollering about 1619 to 29. But when the Almighty count? Because the children of Israel scattered everywhere. We don't know if he counted when they went to Tobago, when they got dropped off in Trinidad, when we got dropped off. When did he count?
Crossway Elder.
See, we got to stop being a certain way. Huh? And be Yah's way.
Hallelujah.
Huh? Oh, I know.
Baby, see,
But this is supposed to happen.
Let me see.
This is supposed to happen. Not because I said it's supposed to. This is supposed to happen because this is scripture, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And what does scripture say? Surely it ain't happened. Not when they had to go chase a young man and bring him from Indiana and bring him back up here because he just killed his mother over there on the west side of town.
Wow.
And you gonna tell me Elijah done came and changed the hearts of the fathers to the children and the hearts of the children back to their parents? And they just went and grabbed the rascal for killing his own mother? Come on. We better than that.
Yes, sir.
But this must happen. Come on, brother. The hearts. Remember, first he said, remember the law of Moses, my servant. That's what we doing right now. Which I commanded him in Horeb for all Israel. With his statutes and his judgments. And then remember it because you need to know it for the time when I send you Elijah. So you'll know who he is. Because it ain't just because he got the name Elijah. I know. Assalamu alaikum. I know. Because I don't want them to be tricked no more. Just because he got the name Elijah, that didn't make him Elijah of the scripture.
All right.
We know he be Elijah by the way he comes with the word and instilling the word of Yah.
Hallelujah.
I send you him, this prophet that I took, never tasted death. I took him, so I had a way to send him back. And I'll send him back to you before the great and dreadful time of Yah. And in his time that he comes, he shall turn the hearts of fathers to children, the hearts of children to fathers. Lest when I come, I smite the earth, the whole earth, and there be nobody to save, young or old, when I smite it with the curse. But there'll be somebody to save, because he'll reach the hearts of enough of them and turn them and correct them. And it'll be enough of them. They'll be called a remnant. They'll be ones I can do something with. And with that remnant and the right hearts that they have, everything else that's foggy and that's messed up and that's not clear to them, I'll clear it up for them. I'll clear it up for them. Because this is when true unity, all of that will happen in this time. You'll get true unity. Zechariah, last place.
Hallelujah.
$14, start at 8 and read 9. 8 and 9.
Hallelujah. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 8. And it shall be in that day
It shall be
that living waters shall go out from Jerusalem.
living waters is these waters give you life, not cancer,
Half of them toward
not
the
infectious
sea.
diseases. Not you gotta boil it. You ain't gotta boil it for 15, 20 minutes. These are living water. You just stick your hand right down in there and just, and as soon as it hits your system, you just shake it, shimmy. Ooh. Come on.
Half of them toward the former sea,
Some of them going toward the east.
and half of them toward the hinder sea.
Some of them going toward the west.
in summer
It'll be in summer.
and in winter.
It'll always be in winter.
It shall be. And Yahweh shall be king.
And when this happens, Yahweh will be king over what?
All the earth.
So not only the house of Israel will be united, but the whole earth will be united and be as one.
In that day
In that time,
shall there be one Yah.
not only can I go from city to city, I can go from country to country, I can go from continent to continent and serve Yah and serve him with gladness and serve him with one consent with all the people that know him.
Hallelujah.
With no disagreement, no discrepancy, no ulterior motive. Because he's going to be king over all the earth. And in that day, God will prove to be a unity, or he will prove to be a God. He will prove to be one.
Hallelujah.
And have one name.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise Yah.
That is designed for them who have, and that is the reward for them who have knitted their heart and made it one with Yah. And in doing so, if your heart is knitted with Yah and one with Yah, you will recognize the others whose heart is knitted with Yah and one with Yah, because he will protect you. He will guide you. He will let you see. He will ward off them that are the pretenders from the contenders. See, my predecessor said also, we don't, and this is just big. This is dealing with all our people. As I told a brother yesterday, you don't want to be like the duck. You don't want to be like the duck. Duck hunters take a wooden duck, sit out in water, they go hide, and they go, wah, 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 wah. And the little ducks, they come flying down to you, and then he just step up, bah, blow their head off. He came down because it sounded like a duck, and it looked like a duck. I'm telling you, when you talk about unity and uniting with anybody, and it's on every level. You young men, you're trying to find women. Unite with her heart. Don't just unite because she bat her eye and she squeaks a certain way and she smells kind of way. Huh? When she get home, turn the Medusa on you, you be you be screaming. Unite with her heart, not just her body. And women, I'm talking about all of them, women as well. Unite your hearts. Your friends, unite with people that are spiritually. That's what you're looking for. Don't just, oh, he look like me. Brother. He said, half the fellas I know, I wouldn't get in a foxhole with. I told another brother, no. We just got unite, build up stuff. I said, yeah, and the day we build up, we in the foxhole, everything hit the fan, I got to keep my eye on you. Much of the enemy, more than the enemy. Because you in here trying to take everything. Secretly over there, don't kill everything when you go sleep. Get all this. Now I got to kill you. Now if your heart is there, I ain't got to worry about that. If we got the united in one and in heart, spirit, we ain't got to worry about that. So we're going to make this work. Huh?
That's right.
I tell my boy, he playing sports. I say, man, if talent things look good on paper, if talent won championships, everybody would have one. So you put all these guys together, oh, they this, and he this, he a two-time this, MVP this. Yeah, but there's something that comes along with that. That's called ego. That's called his spirit. And that's why why they didn't win nothing? Because they were boneheads. They didn't unite in spirit. Yeah, they had all the physical attributes in the world. But the spirits couldn't unite. And it blew everything up. When you go in the military, it's training on the surface. they put your body through a grind, but that thing that they do them whole time they got you through boot camp, that's to make you feel something for her. That's to make her feel something for her. That's to make her feel something for her. That's to make him feel something. That's to make a certain sentiment where you are united. And now you look and say, man, I died for this person. They unite spirits. They make themselves kindred spirits. Because if there ain't no kindred spirit and them bullets get to flying, you be like, hey. What's up with Charlie? I saw him, I saw him from the rear. What do you mean? I was running. It's more than just a, what is it, 5 letters? It's more than just a 5-letter word. We need to stop romanticizing things. Fantasizing things. It's more than just a 5-letter word. Unite. I've been there, I've done it. I don't have to go into all this, but I know it. Come on, brother, just come in, just come in and be here and unite. And then I walk in and the place is cold as ice. I got people when I walk by them, I'm catching them out of my peripheral because they ain't thinking, but I'm looking at my peripheral, and when I walk by them, they looking at me like, well, you know what I do? I turn right back around and go right back out the door. Because you ain't talking about no unity. That ain't how you are. That ain't how you supposed to be. Or you sitting there on. I know. Wasn't a popular answer. Wasn't the answer you wanted to hear. But you asked a question. Let me get your questions. And so I can let y'all get after the grub real quick. Let me get all the questions that was written down, and if I can't answer them now, I answer them when we come back. Yes, sir, young man. I'm way over time. Brother James. Okay.
Kind of answer the question that I had. First Kings, chapter 11, verse 9.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yes, sister. Sister Bianca.
Almost what he said, because I wrote down 1 Kings 29, going with chapter 12, verse 16, and I wanted to ask about, before you explained everything, this is why they chose to split away from Yahweh. But you have to.
Yes, ma'am. Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
You said something I've been thinking about a lot lately. You said it became a time to where us as men needed to combat, instead of have to go through combat or something like that. I've been thinking, so my question is, what we do? What we have to do to get some type of combat training, you know what I mean?
I don't kind of that. If you need to come out, you'll see how it
Number 2.
We've been going down 3 weeks, and I'm done.
Let me answer real quick. Let me answer real quick. I know others want to answer and they'll give you an answer during the break, but let me answer you real quick. And I'm gonna answer you with my life. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Even my son, this might be his first time hearing it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Coming up, outside of sports, I'm a bit of a punk. I'm a bit of a punk. No lie. I let my closest friend who was a white boy, because he was white and he was a boy. But I let my closest friend, we go spend the night with each other. I let him take an L for me one time. He got whooped too, Jack. I just stood there like, woo. I was like, wow. I mean, he got laid out. Boy split him like I don't know what. It was quick too. He laid him out on the floor. I was like, Dad, I'm glad that you not me. He took a serious L. And he took it. Hey, but that's what I'm talking about. United heart. He stepped up. Because he told me, he said, you ain't gonna make fun of my man like that. He stepped up. And he like, you ain't gonna do that. And I'm like, hey, we ain't gotta do that. And he like, no, he ain't gonna make fun of you like we ain't gotta do that. We just go back down here with my mom and daddy. He's like, no. He called him outside. He like, come on. And he went outside and I was like, oh, okay. He got out there, yeah. I was like, oh man. I was like, well, he took it serious enough. I was and I say all that because it, again, like some other things, it wasn't until I came to the house of Yah, then I understood. And I want you to read one thing, brother.
Yes, sir.
Psalm 144.
Oh, yes.
Psalm 144. Because I was a bit over my butt. My father went and bought me and my brother boxing gloves because he was tired of the fight. He came home one night, put them on, he said, now y'all want to fight? He said, fight. My brothers got in the stands, he was there. I got out there. My brother, he hit me with one punch. Yeah! I started crying, trying to take the gloves off my father. Like, no, you gonna fight. You gonna I was doing it. Yeah, pump. The pump.
Psalm 144, verse 1.
And then, but let me tell you something. And my son will vouch for you. He'll vouch for me. Son, you think my brother, either one of my brothers, you think they'll tussle with me right now? Tell them. Tell them.
No.
That same brother hit me, said, no, I ain't messing with you now. I'm just going to shoot you. I said, all right. Because when I came, it wasn't until I came to the house of Yah, and this is what happened. 144, verse 1.
Blessed be Yahweh.
Blessed Yahweh, my rock,
with teaching my hands to war.
Who brought me to a place, and anything I can do, anything I can do, is because of him.
Hallelujah.
It's because, again, my heart towards him, now he started putting me in the place when I came into the house of Yah. He put me in the place where that went away. And he gave me a spirit where that went away. See, it's not a, I'm going to say it, it's not a spirit for everybody.
That's right. That's right.
It's not. That's why it's in the book. That's why he said, if they faint-hearted, send them home. He letting you know in the law. If they faint-hearted, send them home. If they got something on their mind, send them home. War ain't for everybody.
Hallelujah.
Fighting just ain't for everybody.
That's right.
But David said, blessed be Yahweh, my rock.
Was teaching my hands to war.
That's who taught my hands to war. When my father stuck me out there and I was all on my own, and I had to keep his sheep, and there was things that wanted his sheep, I had to develop ways of defending myself and defending them. Because I couldn't go home and tell Pops, I lost about 10 of your sheep today. And he refused to go home and do so. So he learned out there how to do things. Yah was teaching. And that's why when he came, I got to clarify this. That's why when he came, and that's what the story is showing you. When he comes to all the trained men, or supposed to be trained men, they're standing on the mountain as Goliath is standing down there taunting them. Which one of y'all want to come and fight me? And all the soldiers, with all the armor and everything, they're like, no, man, we going on that. Ain't going down there, man. See all the muscles, they're going to break my neck, man. Then don't scripture say a live dog is better than a dead lion? That's what David came with a little bit self. He said, y'all some punks. He even told Saul, I don't want your armor, I don't want none of your gear. He said, but he looked at his brothers, he said, y'all some punks. Y'all don't let this fool not only talk about y'all, but especially let him talk about Yah, and you say you with Yah. He said, man, This cat don't know he a dead man walking. And he went down, moved slow. Oh, while he running his mouth. Pop! Took his own sword. Yeah, cut his head off. And that's why the Philistines feared him from that day on. They feared the name of David. David.
That little boy, oh, no.
You want to kill Goliath? Yeah. Oh, we going home. But see, before you get to this, again, what I've been telling you, it's got to be his.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Hallelujah.
Some women got better hearts than their husband.
Hey,
You hear that?
I just see
Some go bumming like, you hear that? Yeah, I heard it. Go check it out.
Go get the dog. I gotta get up at 4 o'clock.
Girl, if you don't bother it, it ain't gonna bother us. Yeah, it is.
All right.
And let's finish this, brother. We're teaching my hands to war
And my fingers to fight.
and my fingers to fight.
My goodness.
He my goodness.
And my fortress.
He my fortress.
My high tower.
He my high tower.
My deliverer.
He my deliverer.
My shield.
He my shield.
In whom I trust.
It is he in whom I trust.
Doeth my people
It is-
under me.
It is he who subdueth my people under me. It is he who give me victory. I'm not Superman,
Hallelujah.
but it is he who is with me and who teaches me how to overcome. And that's in all things. The war is in many arenas. But if you unite your heart with Yah, Yah will teach you how to overcome and be a warrior in all things and give you the victory. So that's the first thing you got to do. Again, unite that heart with the Almighty. Then the Almighty will take care of the other things.
Hallelujah.
And then there's avenues out there He'll direct you to if you want to go there.
Yes.
There's vessels. I came up under one of those vessels. And I came up under, but I came up under one. That's why I said he was and have been, because I can still be, he's a blessing. That's why I wouldn't dishonor him. Because if I dishonor him in what he taught me, then I dishonor anything that I do right now.
Yes, sir.
Just like the one that taught me this scripture. I would not dishonor him. Because to
Hallelujah.
dishonor him and to sidetrack anything he did, then I dishonor myself in what I know. Because that's who I came up under. There's something called honor.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. It's called
My
honor.
son should never dishonor me because he come up under me.
All
Is he to
right.
be better than me? Yes, but he should never dishonor me.
That's right.
Because if there wasn't no me, there would be no him.
Period. Hallelujah.
I digress. Let's pray.
Hallelujah.
You want to know a little bit more? Give us some folks. That's it.
Hallelujah.
Let's stand. They say only about time. I always look for strong brothers to give us a prayer. And I'm going to look for that again, but next week. Because Elder Zipporah, wife is a rock. Yes. Honors is yours.
One who gives us our bread of knowledge, our water for thirst, and our food for strength. We thank you, O God, for this holy day, for allowing us to partake of, and to allow us to come out and hear the truth. that we are living in the time sometimes. You say your word will not come back for us. We thank you for coming for gathering here. And that we need to big. We go out sometimes to light up the nation. That you take us great. We thank you for God. And that we all recognize that without you, we are not. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise my Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time. Okay and night. Hallelujah. The time is 5:30. We shall continue second half 6:30.